Slay the Spire 2 beta patch notes version 109. Balance changes, bug fixes, new epoch, and the new translations. Cool. 2 new Neon relics. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. One which grants a powerful exclusive potion, and the other a brand new quest. Holy, they're cooking. Okay, new Neon relic. Dowsing Rod. Upon pickup, add a dowsing to your deck. Quest, 0 cost. After entering 5 more question mark rooms, okay. Transform into Abundance. Abundance Ancient Skill, 1 cost. Choose one of 3 upgraded powers to add into your hand. It is free to play this turn. Exhaust. That sounds very strong. That sounds insane. Holy. Basically, discovery for powers or splash for powers. Just like get a free demon form, yeah, no big deal. Okay, another Neon relic, Neon sacrifice. Upon pickup, procure a ambergris and add a guilty. So guilty removes after like 5 floors, right? And this potion heals for 50% of your max HP. Take an extra turn, kind of like Lizard Tail. It's like a Giga Omega Fairy in a bottle. One-time use. I can see this being pretty cool. Diamond Diadem got owned. Expected. So it used to be when you play 2 or fewer cards in your turn, take half damage from enemies. Now, start combat with 20 block. Block is not removed at the start of your next turn. Wait, that's kind of ass. That's like just like Anchor Hornclade, basically. Yeah, it's basically just Anchor Hornclade. No, I assume it's just Blur, right? Not Barricade. Because if it's actually perma barricade, it would be pretty strong. But I think it's just Blur, right? Yeah, it's just Blur. So just Anchor Hornclade, basically. That's pretty ass. I mean, Diadem had to go. We all knew that. And Noni's relic pool is way too strong anyways. So adding like a brick, sort of, to it, it's okay. And they probably will like keep balancing it anyways. It's like a new thing, right? Would be good as an actual relic. This as an actual relic would be nuts. It'd be crazy. It's like Anchor Hornclade. It's like 2 relics. Move the robust Sandcastle to pool 2, sure. Change up our blessing pools for more variety. We'll see energy relics more often, so you don't see P-box amid every single time. Cool. Nerfed Meat Cleaver. All right, deserved. Deserved. I mean, I think this would be a good relic without any max HP gain, but that's a good start. Tez Katara's toy box got buffed. You get 5 relics instead of 4. It's a pretty big buff because you actually get to keep the final one pretty often now. But I assume it's still not very good because Tez other Tez relics are insane, right? Fiddle got buffed. Fiddle was already good, now it's just Pocket Watch. It's Pocket Watch with no downside. That's insane. I think Fiddle is like extremely strong now. It was already strong, it's now like crazy strong. Seer Talon and Distinguished Cape downsides got swapped, so the Seeks, they just give you minus HP, so the Seeks are very good now. And Apparitions give you curses. That's kind of sus. Because you draw into your apparitions less often, you get like hit in the face. I do like that swap. Yeah, I do like that swap. Yeah, you cannot draw additional cards with Fiddle, but it doesn't matter. You draw so many cards every turn anyways, right? Nerfed Eon Glass. I don't know why they nerfed Eon Glass. It's what? 6 less damage turn 1. Yeah, 6 less damage turn 1. It doesn't actually change the fight mechanics that much, but it just wasn't needed, I don't think. Buff Torchhead now starts with new strong tackle move on turn 1. So turn 1 you get hit for more. That's funny. So Queen hits you for more on turn 1 and Eon Glass less. They just took the power from Eon Glass and gave it to Queen. That's okay. History Cross got nerfed. Only repeats attacks. That's a pretty big nerf. Especially on something like a Silent, you want to like repeat Piercing Will. That's a pretty common use case, right? You just repeat the Piercing Will to set up for next turn. Against like Queen, now it doesn't work. So that's a pretty big nerf. I can actually see you just take the other relic now, right? You take the other option in the event, you get a bunch of relics. The option is still there, you can click it. You get like 2 relics and a potion or something. But yeah, History Cores was like... History Cores was like an ancient relic. Now it's just like, okay. And maybe fighting the guy in Act 2 is no longer worth it. Ironclad... Oh, buff demon form. That's funny. That's pretty funny. So it comes upgraded. I mean, demon form is bad, not because the strength gain isn't enough, it's just because it costs 3. If you can put it in play, it was already fine. It's a power potion buff, that's true. I don't think this was needed. I mean, demon form was not a good card, but it had like its place, right? It had its uses. It did not need to be giving you more strength. Discovery buff, true. Buffed expect a fight. No longer say you cannot gain additional energy this turn. That was like a restriction that got added in like the infinite nerfing patch. They just removed it. I think that's okay. Yeah, I think that's okay now. I think you never go infinite anyways. Unless you somehow do now. We will have to see. Buff Primal Force. I don't think that was needed at all. Primal Force was a good card. Yeah, they saw me not doing enough damage with my rock. But the rocks are even larger. It just comes upgraded now. That's crazy strong. This card was already strong. It did not need a buff. Wow. Change taunt. Okay, Taunt got moved to common. And Bloodletting got moved to uncommon. So Taunt and Bloodletting rarity swapped. And Taunt blocks for 1 less. I mean, the Bloodletting nerf was coming. It was coming. Like, that card was not okay, you know?
Bad Terran says, I've been trolling you for months and escaped the ban. Yeah, but you also subscribed, huh? That's the difference.
Hello, your early grave. Thank you for the sub. That's 3 months. Thank you, thank you. So they asked a bunch of players for feedback before this patch, for balance feedback. My suggestion was swap Bloodletting rarity with Forgotten Ritual. Right, you swap 2 energy generation card rarities. And Forgotten Ritual is like harder to proc, so harder to pick. But I guess they swapped Bloodletting with Taunt. And they swapped Cruelty and Dominate. Honestly, Cruelty is a very good card. Like, even though Dominate is like insane, right? Oh, speed running just got destroyed. Holy crap. I don't think the swap like changed the win rate of Ironclad that much, but speed running just got completely destroyed. Holy shit. Yeah, speedrunners in shambles. But yeah, Cruelty is a very, very strong card. So swapping these Dominate Cruelty doesn't like actually change the strength of the character that much. Although Dominate is a insane card, right? Reworked well-laid plans. Wait. Okay. Well-laid plans used to be 1 cost uncommon power at the end of your turn, retain up to 1 or 2 cards, upgrading to 2 cards. It's now rare power, costing 1, upgrading to 0. At the end of your turn, you no longer discard your hand. They made a mid. They made a mid. Holy a mid. Ain't no way, dude. Why? Okay, why? I don't get it. They turned a mid into a mid. What the hell? I don't know why that change was made. Like, huh? Who asked for that? Did they do this because they can fix it for multiplayer? Is that why? What's going on? Yeah, just have a mid. I guess. Sure. Interesting. Okay. Reworked expertise. Draw cards until you have 6 or 7 in your hand. That's the old one. It now becomes skim. Draw 2 or 3. They retain. That's a pretty cool effect. They can line up like your combos. Have to play with it to know how good it is, but on paper it looks pretty good. That's a pretty good change. They buffed Outbreak, so damage number got increased, sure. Outbreak was like kind of trash even after the rework, so the buff is fine. changed Accelerant rarity decrease from rare to uncommon, so Amid becomes rare and Accelerant becomes uncommon. I mean, Catalyst was uncommon, so this makes poison damage a little bit more viable against Ironclad, basically. That's like the only place where you really need Accelerant. But yeah, sure. Collision Core's damage got decreased by 1. That's my exact suggestion, by the way. I told them Collision Cores can probably just like do 1 less damage. And they made it do 1 less damage. Reworked Pillar of Creation. Whenever you create a card, gain 3 block. Goes to the first time you create a card each turn, gain 5 or 7 block. That's very, very sad with Charge now, right? Because Charge makes 2 cards. Now they only proc 1 time. Yeah, Collision Course is a 0-cost attack to that makes a Debris. Massive nerf. Still pretty good with Spectrum Shift, right? You just play this, play Spectrum, you have some passive block. And 5 or 7 passive block is still significant. But all the like the charge, the guards, the crash landing stuff got giga nerfed. You need to find another way to block on Regent now. Well, there's always Child of Stars. Yeah, there's always Child of Stars. It's better to speculate, it's true. Like if you do not have that many generation, you have like 1 card that generates. It does more early game, right? The number's larger early game. But you cannot be its own block engine anymore. I like that change. Because Pillar was kind of crazy. Wait, this Eidolon card is Okay. Rework Eidolon. Exhaust your hand if 9 cards were exhausted this way, gain intangible. That was the old one. Now it's like play all ethereal cards in your exhaust pile, exhaust. So you like you just let your domain exhaust, then you play Eidolon. Yeah. You have Call of the Void and go Eidolon Burr. Oh wait, you have the Sentry mode. Wait, Sentry mode. This is Knife Trap. Holy crap. Wait, it's Giga Knife Trap. Okay, that sounds a little broken. Old Eidolon? No, Old Eidolon was not good. You know what this reminds me? Remember the Hearthstone card that played every Death Rattle or whatever? This is Eidolon. Yeah, this is it. Hyperbeam number keeps getting larger. Lol. I mean, it's still bad. Yeah, maybe when it reaches 50, it becomes good. Buff Sunder? I don't know why they buff Sunder. I didn't think that Sunder I don't think Sunder needed a buff, but like sure. I will say though, Sonder in this game feels a lot worse than Spire 1. Because the front load damage requirement in Spire 1 was just so much higher in Act 2. In this game, Act 2, you can just like orbit up and there's no pressure. So that's why Sonder feels worse. But I don't think it needed a buff. It's like fine. With Sculpting Strike, with Eidolon, you Sculpting Strike your entire deck with Eidolon, you go boom. That's kind of funny. Okay, change trash to treasure, upgrade goes from innate to 0 cost, deserved. Still a very good card, by the way. I play with trash to treasure, not upgraded a lot. It's just good. But upgrading to innate just makes deck building brainless. You just click every status card, then go trash. So I like the change. Alright, multiplayer cards. Nerfed Midnight, yep. Deserved. Nerfed the ball, yep. Also deserved. And nerfed Blade Symphony, also deserved. Okay, I like those changes from multiplayer. Although I still think multiplayer is like giga easy. Alright, this is big. Seeds are now 12 characters long and internal seed is larger. So for those of you who did not know, before this patch, there are only 4 billion seeds. So it's like kind of a small number if you think about how many people are playing this game. And eventually you will like have people replaying the same seed, like randomly. They will random into the same seed. It also made looking for like very specific conditions very hard. Because some conditions, they're like less than 1 in 4 billion odds, so they just cannot be generated. I'm assuming it's a 64-bit integer now, so basically infinite for every purpose. So this change is actually very important. Okay, I don't know what that was about. Some UI stuff, some art stuff. All right. Have they fixed the ball? Okay, the other stuff don't really... I don't think they matter. The ball. Yeah, now triggers playing players, right? Like not the receiving players. Wait, what about crashing the game? Yeah, what about like the ball crashing the game? Or like literally the 20 bug reports we sent. Divergence? Ah, okay. Oh, here. Yeah, that one, okay. So the ball crash probably fixed, allegedly. Wait, Hibernate card no longer gives block to dead players. That's so funny. They should keep that in. And this is it, right? Yeah. Cool. Pretty good patch, honestly, overall. I think the Wally plans change is, I don't know what they were cooking, dude. I don't know what they were cooking with the Wally plans change, but otherwise I like most of the changes in this patch. A lot of very needed balance changes. Cool.